live over here on my YouTube. I appreciate everybody who has subscribed to my channel. I am Felicia. This is It's Fee. Over here, this channel is all about who? It's all about me. Y'all, I am excited that I can go live over on my channel, and I could not have done it without you guys coming over from the Sammy Nicole and Phoebe show channel. So I appreciate you guys subscribing over here, and so you all can get this Gen X effect when you come in. Say hey to me, let me know here. Sammy Nicole is not here tonight. This is all about the Gen X effect. This is all about who, all about me. I am Felicia, a 58 woman who's literally started all over again after my third divorce. I started all over again. I'm trying to navigate through this part of my life being single because I thought that I would be married forever the third time around. Didn't work like that. Life, sometimes gives you what it gives you and you have to move on. So here I am at 58 trying to navigate through life in menopause. I just lost my mother in January and just trying to roll with everything, and I think I'm doing pretty good. I take it day by day, just living my life, doing me, raised my daughter, and I'm just doing me, having a good time. So tonight I thought since I can go live on my channel and share my Gen X effect, it's all about experience, and I just feel that life does not have to be your teacher. You can listen to somebody, and at 58, I can honestly say, I've seen just about everything at 58. If I hadn't seen it, I know somebody who's been through it, or I heard about it. So I always tell my young people, hey y'all, hey. I also tell my young people that you can listen to someone that's your elder, and you don't always have to experience everything. That's what I tell my, hey Cass, hey. You can always listen to a Gen X. You don't always have to experience everything, because a lot of us have already been through it, right? So that's what I tell my daughter. You have enough examples around you not to make the mistakes that I made, your daddy made, your aunt made, your grandmama made. You have enough people around you where you can see examples of what not to do in life. So that's what my platform is about. Just giving a Gen X effect, just sharing things that I'm going through in this part of my life. With menopause, being 58, trying to date, just trying to navigate life. I think the biggest thing right now for me is menopause. I talk about that a lot over here on my channel because I just think that a lot of symptoms of menopause isn't shared. I think that the only thing that we talk about when we hear menopause is the hot flashes. I know I always heard my mom and my aunts talk about menopause, and they always related it to the hot flashes. Well, let me just tell you, hot flashes is not the only symptom of menopause, ladies. There are so many symptoms of menopause, and not only that, those symptoms start when you are in perimenopause. So menopause to me has been a lot, trying to navigate through the symptoms, trying to decide what I'm going to do naturally. I opted out of doing hormone replacement. So Yes, Cass, I am. I don't know how to do it. I gotta get Samantha to show me how to do the mod. I know how to do it. You know, I don't know nothing about going live. I just started going live. And Cass, where do I go to make somebody a mod? Let me see. Cause I definitely want to make you a mod, Cass. Okay, here we go, Cass. Okay, Cass, I just made you a mod. I did it! I did it! All right, Cass, you my mod. You see it? All right. So, yes, I found it. I found it. Baby girl ain't here, and I'm telling you, y'all, navigating through this Gen X life, you know, a Gen X, you know, and having such a wonderful daughter. I couldn't ask for a better child. She helps me a lot. She helps me a whole lot, and I couldn't ask for a better child. And she told me the other day, she said, Mom, you depend on me too much. And she was putting my lashes on. She said, Mom, because y'all, I used to get lash extensions. I used to lay on the table for 2 hours and get my lashes done. Did it for years. But with menopause, it had just got so uncomfortable. I wasn't able to lay on the table on my back with the hot flashes. My lash tech would literally have to hold a fan up to my face while she was doing my lashes. And I was like, this is too much. So Samantha started helping me my lashes, and she said, Mom, you need to do this and you need to do that. And I'm thinking to myself, child, what did I do without you all these years? You are in my life for 31 years. What did I do without you all these years? You know? So I had to, the hot flashes are a lot. The hot flashes are bad. And you guys, I have a private Facebook group where you just go over there and join. Cass, if you have the link, if you could put it in the chat for me, please. It's a private Facebook group. I posted some things over there, and I'll post things over there that I use naturally, and some of the symptoms that I experience with menopause. And like I said, everybody's symptoms are different. Everybody, from talking to different people, everybody's symptoms are different. I had a young lady reach out to me. She said, I'm 42. She said, but I'm having hot flashes. I'm having the sweet cravings. Yes, y'all, cravings for sweets is one of them. She said, menopause. I said, well, it's probably perimenopause because I started my perimenopause at 45. I didn't know it then, but I know it now. And so I think the best way to find out if you are in perimenopause or menopause is to go have your levels checked, your blood work done. And that's what I did in December, and I found out I'm in menopause. I knew it, you know, because of the hot flashes, the brain fog. You know, sometimes, y'all, I've been in my industry for over 20 years, what I do. And sometimes, you know, I'm sitting at my computer and I have to think like, brain fog is real, y'all. It is, with menopause, it is real. And at first I was like, oh my goodness, what is going on? I've been doing this forever. I do this with my eyes closed. And sometimes I have to think like, what I need to do next. But I will share in the Facebook private group. It's called the Menopause Share and Discuss Face group. I will share the things over there that I take for the brain fog. I don't know if I posted anything about the brain fog over there or not, but the brain fog is serious, y'all, and digestive. You know, I was like, what is going on up in here? You know, so that's one of the symptoms too. Of course, anxiety, you know, and just feeling fatigue, and then sometimes sadness, you know. I'm in the process of grieving for my mother, but so I know sometimes I'm sad, when I think about her, but sometimes the sadness just comes from out of nowhere. And it's like I could be having a good day, every day to me it's a good day. Every day I wake up and I'm on this side. God has loved on me and kissed on me to wake me up. It's a good day. But with menopause, sometimes you get that overwhelming feeling of sadness, and it's like there's nothing really wrong. Why do I feel this way? So just trying to navigate through all the symptoms of menopause, being age. And I tell women, extend each other grace. When you get to be this age, our bodies are going through, they're changing. We don't feel the same like we used. At least I don't. I can tell the change in my body, the weight. Y'all, I walk 2.5 miles. I don't care how much I walk. It just seems like I may lose 3 pounds here, gain 2 back, and I'm eating small portions. I I've cut out a lot of sugar. I crave sugar, but I try to find things to replace that craving. But I walk a lot. I may walk, maybe 2 miles. I do 2 a day, maybe two or 3 miles a day. I was told that I need to at least get in 10,000 steps a day. So I've been trying to have my watch on. So I've been trying to do that. Drink a lot of water. And it just seems like, the weight doesn't come off like it did when I was younger. So it's just a lot, y'all. It's a lot, and like I said, the hot flashes, they come up on you. And like I had went into the office one day last week, and we're sitting, and I was listening, to my bosses. They were giving a speech or whatever, and I was just sitting there, and all of a sudden I got this hot flash, and I was like, oh my Lord, I ain't got no fan, what I'm gonna do. So I had a piece of paper in my bag, and I just took it out. I didn't care. I just started fanning. And one of my coworkers, she looked over at me and said, yeah, you there too? I said, yeah, I'm there too. I said, yep, I'm there too. So, I think that we just need, as women, we just need to extend each other grace, because, it's just a stage in life that we're going through. And, I think that we just really have to rest in it. It's nothing we could do about it, right? I mean, it's nothing, nothing, we just got to deal with it. That's how I feel for y'all, the hot flashes. Yeah. Yeah. And some people don't have them, but you had the brain fog, so you had another symptom. I think I've had all of them. I think I had all of them. And I think that I was only looking for the hot flashes because when you grow up, we are Gen X, and we come from a generation where our parents, at least my mom, they didn't talk a lot about certain things. And going through menopause, and they didn't call it menopause, they called it going through the change, right? That's what they called it, going through the change. So, only thing I heard about was the hot flashes. That's all I heard about. I didn't hear about all the other symptoms that went along with menopause, but there are a lot of other symptoms. So I was just, okay, I got the hot flashes. I knew when I got them, I was getting hot at night. And then later on in perimenopause, I was just getting hot at night. I was experiencing the hot at night. But then when I got in full-blown menopause, I started to experience the hot flashes. And it was a lot. But I noticed when I start to reduce my sugar, my caffeine, and alcohol. I love me a glass of sweet red wine, okay? I love it. And a lemon drop, okay? Drink responsibly. I love me a glass of wine and a lemon drop. But it triggers the hot flashes, So I had to cut back on that. I was like, oh, really? So I may do like sparkling water, and I may put a little wine in it, and just to dilute it a little bit, and just to get that taste of a little wine. But I had to cut that out as well. So Gen X, 58, navigating through menopause, um, recently divorced, since what, 2021, 20 of 21, third marriage, started all over again, literally. Um, the time of my divorce, I was finishing up my MBA. So I was blessed. Well, I decided that I wasn't going to work at the last semester of my MBA, being married. I decided that it was just too much. And at that time, I was in perimenopause and didn't know it. I was in perimenopause and didn't know it, having irregular cycles, feeling, emotional, in school, trying to finish up the last, my MBA, because I had stopped and started because my mom got sick. So I stopped, you know, cause to help with her, because I was concerned about her. So it took me to finish up this MBA. So at the end, I wasn't working, going through perimenopause, then going through a bad marriage, um, trying to figure out, what I wanted to do, with the rest of, this part of my life. Do I stay in this marriage? Or do I leave? Went into the marriage. Um, I don't know, at the age that I got married, I don't know if it was so much for love or so much for conveniency and having an agenda on needing someone to, and I'm just gonna be transparent, needing someone to support me. I finished my MBA. Well, either way, I finished my MBA, and at the end of my MBA, things started to kind of not be so good. But I was able to finish my MBA. And I say all that to say this. And this is to my young women. Don't get comfortable when you're in a relationship, in a marriage, and I learned this through therapy. Don't get comfortable. Don't disconnect from yourself. Continue to grow and continue to enhance yourself. Okay? Continue to enhance yourself. Cass say sometimes men are supportive of women. Yes, I'm gonna talk about that too. Yes. Continue to grow, continue to enhance yourself. Don't get lost in your relationship. Don't get lost in your marriage. And this marriage, I decided that I was going to better myself, I was going to enhance myself, and I was going to continue to grow. And that's exactly what I did. When I was married, I said I'm gonna finish this degree. Not saying that I knew that the marriage wouldn't turn out the way I wanted it to turn out, but I knew that if it didn't work the way I wanted it to work, that I needed to be able to still sustain and live the lifestyle that I lived when I was married to my ex. So I completed my MBA. I have to be honest, my ex was very supportive. But here's the thing. Men can be kind of manipulative. He was supportive because he knew that he would benefit from it as well. And that's just what I think. I think he was supportive because he knew that he would benefit from it as well. Well, I decided that all of my hard work that I had put in getting myself to a point where I was, educated and be able to take care of myself, I decided that I wasn't gonna let him benefit from it, and from it, and knowing that other things were going on. So at the end of me completing my MBA, I said, you know what? This ain't working out. I will not be disrespected. I don't care how much. I don't care if I pay any bills. I don't care if I don't work. I don't care if I live in a $500,000 house. I don't care if you give me allowance to go shopping. I will not be disrespected. And when I finish my end, I'm out of here. He said, "Oh, I ain't help you get your MBA, help support you through school, and now you ain't gonna stay here and help me so we can work together, so we can have much more together." I say, absolutely not. I'm not gonna help you so you can go out and give your extras to some other one. Absolutely not. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Okay? So I glowed up, y'all. And that's why I said that we talked about this on the Sammy Nicole and Fifi show channel. I refuse to degrade or lower myself to be in a marriage. I glowed up, so I didn't need him anymore. And he knew that I didn't need him anymore. You know, I don't, you helped me, get this degree I needed. You supported me, and I supported you too. I made sure that you had a nice home when you came home. It was clean. You had food. I ran the house, tight ship. You ain't never have to worry about nothing. When I got the money to pay the bills, the lights was on, the water was running. You had everything you needed when you came home from work. Okay, so I gave into this thing too. But all of that was null and void to me because I did not want to be disrespected anymore. And I was not going to turn my head. I was not going to bow down to him, just to make my marriage work, and I was miserable. So when people ask me, well, what happened? I outgrew him. I outgrew the marriage. The marriage no longer benefited me. What I needed out of it. Now, did I love? I knew my ex for over 20 years. This wasn't somebody that I met, got married. I knew him from over 20 years. We dated a long time. He was a bonus dad to my daughter. I mean, he was, he bought her first car. He taught her how to drive. She had two dads. She had the best of everything between her daddy, which is a good dad. I can't take that away from him. Samantha has a good dad, but then she had my ex, her bonus dad. So he was, he was good with all of that, but it was the disrespect. And that's what I tell women. Don't disconnect from yourself where you feel like you have to stay in a relationship and be disrespected. And that's what I felt. I felt that I wasn't getting what I needed out of the marriage because I was being disrespected. And I wanted out. When I got to the point where, I was like, okay, I did my big one in this marriage. I didn't lose who I was. Continued to grow. I was in school. I already had experience because I've been in my field for years. So I already had the experience. I just needed that layer of education to go along with my experience to take me up to that next level. As African American people, we can have all the experience in the world, but we have to have the education to back us too, right? I'm just gonna be honest. You gotta have it. You gotta have type of training or education if you want to take it to the next level. Had all the experience in the world because I've been in the industry forever, but I just needed that educational component of it. And I worked on that in this marriage. And, I ignored the disrespect while I was working on me. I was working on me, going through perimenopause. My mom was ill at that time. But I was still trying to navigate through all of this. and stay focused. And Samantha was in grad school. She was fine. She was doing her thing, so that wasn't an issue. Always been fine. Samantha has always been the type of child where she did what she was supposed to do. No worries, never gave me any problem. I tell people all the time, if I had to raise her all over again, I would. Just a good kid. So so the divorce part, this is what I want to share with all of yep, this is what I want to share, yes, Cass, with all of my young people. Don't lose yourself. Don't diminish who you are to be in a marriage or a relationship. Don't let someone make you feel like you're not capable of achieving something without them, or that you need them to be successful in life, or if you don't have me, then you won't be able to do this, or you won't have this. Never let someone make you feel that way. Stay focused and tell my child, keep your eyes on the prize, because during that time period, it was difficult. It was really hard at the end. That last semester was real hard. I had a lot of work. At that time, my spouse said, you know what, I ain't supporting you. You do what you need to do. You make it the best way you can. So he was pretty much saying, you need to go get a job. Okay? You need to go, do what you need to do for school, but you pretty much need to go get your job. Okay, no problem. Phil, I'm in. I can always get a job. Okay, that's fine. I'm about to graduate in June. Okay, so it's April. Okay, so I'll go ahead and get me a job. I'm good. So I went back to work, graduated in June with my MBA. Then I said, you know what? I'm done. So of course, I had started, working. So I said, you know what? I said, I need for you to divorce me. I said, I just started working. I don't have the money for divorce. Divorces are expensive, y'all. Our divorce went on for like 3 or 4 years. After I filed divorce, it went on for about 3 or 4 years. And it went on because there was assets. There was things to divide up and split up. And, so it went on for a while. And it was expensive. I say me alone, not what he paid of my attorney fees, but me alone, what I ended up paying in attorney fees was close to $9,000. Divorces are expensive. I got to the point now where I can do a divorce by myself. I don't even need no attorney. I can fill out the paperwork and do the motions and file documents myself. I don't even need an attorney at this point. I ain't got so good with it. But I said, okay, so divorce me. He said, nope, I'm not going to divorce you. He said, nope, I ain't. He said, nope, I ain't doing it. I said, okay. I got something for you. I said, okay. So anyway, I came up with enough money for the retainer to get my divorce. Out for my divorce, like I said, it went on for years, y'all. Marriage is easy to get into, but it's difficult to get out of if you have no assets, if you got things you got to split up. Of course, it got real nasty because, people get ugly during divorce. I'm just going to say it. People get ugly and you meet the other side of somebody during a divorce, right? So anyway, after, a few years of going back and forth, going to court, divorce was final. I'm free. I'm out of it. At that point, Had moved out, 4-bedroom home, nice home, and people would say, "You gonna leave your home, your beautiful home?" Yeah, for me and my peace, absolutely, absolutely. We can work it out in court. The house, I'm out of here. Moved into an apartment. Moved into an apartment. Hadn't stayed in an apartment in years. In years. I bought my first house when I was 35. Sold it, bought the marital home. So I hadn't lived in an apartment in years. And when I tell y'all the first night I moved in an apartment and I heard somebody over my head, it was a shocker. It was a shocker. It was a shocker. But I was at peace. I was at peace. I was at peace. Okay? I was at peace. I wasn't worried about nobody disrespecting me. I wasn't arguing. I wasn't worried about when nobody bald-headed son was coming home. I ain't have to worry about none of that. I had peace. I had peace. Okay? Divorce was filed. It was going through the process. I'm living my life. But here's one thing I didn't do. And this is me. I did not start dating officially until my divorce was final. That was just me. I feel like it took a while for it to set in that I was separated and actually going through a divorce. I remember baby girl telling me, "Mom, you need to take that ring. You need to go ahead and take that ring off." Because I had been married. I was married for 13 years, y'all. I was married for 13 years. So, I had got to the point where, in my mind, I was still married until, one day me was like, "Felicia, you're not married." And I started to feel a sense of failure. I started to feel like, oh my God, I failed. I failed at this marriage too. And so that's when I said, okay, talking about somebody boo-hooing, boo-hooing, boo-hooing. Go back and watch the first video that I made on this channel. And I think I'm sitting in the car. I think I must have cried about 10 minutes before I made that video. But it took a minute for it to settle in. And it was hard to wrap my mind around, being divorced. And then I started to question myself. I caused my divorce. I caused my divorce because I no longer needed that person support. I no longer needed to feel that comfort that he gave, I no longer needed that because I felt like that I had outgrew him by getting, or I had not outgrew him, but I grew in the relationship, in the marriage by getting educated. So I no longer needed that support and needed to depend on him. I had outgrew him. I didn't need him anymore. And he felt that, okay, well, she don't really need me no more, and now she ain't got her MBA, and, now she don't need me to support her, and, he said, well, so now you think you all, because yeah, and I'm not going to ignore the fact that I'm not getting what I need out of this marriage just because you have supported me in something that I wanted as your wife. I was your wife. You're supposed to support me, just like I supported you in all your foolishness. But in that support, I'm not going to ignore the fact that I'm being disrespected. So I asked for the divorce. I caused the divorce because my self-worth superseded the marriage. So I was the cause of my divorce. I was the cause of it because my happiness and my peace superseded what I was getting out of the marriage. And going through counseling, grieving, and feeling like a failure, and y'all, counseling, and I talk about counseling a lot. I have videos where I talk about it. Yeah, it's important for men to understand they need to come with more, yes, emotional and mental maturity. Yes, yes, Cass, yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Yes. So in counseling, and I have videos on this channel of when I went to counseling. I think I had one when I first started, and then 2 years out or 1 year out. Went to counseling, and I tell you, y'all, the first session I went to counseling, I couldn't even talk. Every time I would go to talk, I would just, I mean, I was crying so hard, I was choking because all of the years of just embedding the trauma from the relationship, and the things that was going on in the relationship, I was trying to bring it up, and I would literally get choked. I mean, off my tears, and I was just sobbing and crying. My therapy session was only for an hour, and I think I may have cried 20-30 minutes of the session before I could even talk. And so in therapy, I kept saying, why? Why would he? Who does that to somebody? Why? And even to Samantha, I would say, why? Who does that? And Samantha would go, Mom, stop asking that. Y'all know my Samantha. Mom, stop asking that. Everybody's not the same. That's why you can't expect you from somebody else. Your expectations of someone else is not the same as yours. And she just gives it to me wrong, okay? She gave it to me wrong. And my therapist said it that way, but she was a little bit more gentle than Samantha was, okay? So she said, it's people are different. She said, you can't expect for someone to respond to you the way you think they should respond to you. I'm a why person. I need to know why. Everything. Hey, I need to know why. I need to know why this happened. I need to know what happened. I'm a why person. You got to tell me why it happened. I just need to know. Even when you tell me you don't, I'm going to go find out why. I'm just that type of person. So I kept asking my therapist, why would he do this? Why would he be so disrespectful? I've been with him. I did this for him. We did this for that. I remember when he was this, when he was just starting off being an educator, and I did that. And why would you do that to some person? And she said, you cannot expect him to be like you. You wouldn't do those things. But that's you. And then I wanted to know, well, why do I keep on experiencing the same thing after marriage, after this marriage to marriage? She said, we started to talk about my mother, my father, my siblings, and I determined through all of it that it was led back to pathology, my DNA. My daddy was a great provider, loved me. I ain't had no problem with my daddy. He loved me. He was a daddy. He He wasn't the kind that was loving, but I knew he loved me. He wasn't a man where he, say he, come here, daddy, love you, give me a hug. He wasn't that kind. But I knew that he loved me through his own way. I knew that my daddy loved me. Now, was he a good husband? But that was between him and my mama. The relationship that I had with him is different from the one my mama had with him. That was my dad. But seeing the relationship that my mom had with him affected my relationships and who I chose as my husband and my partner. And that's what I found out in therapy. So as I began to navigate through therapy, y'all, I support therapy. We support therapy on this channel and the Sammy Nicole and Fifi channel. Y'all go to therapy. I think everybody need to go talk to somebody at some point in time in their life. As a matter of fact, I'm going back for grief counseling. I'm going to therapy. But I stayed in therapy for about 2.5 years, almost 3 years. Just talking out the process. I was the person where I saw the red flags. I saw all the red flags. I saw them. But I had an agenda. And my agenda and my focus was what? Finishing school. But I had an end plan. When I finished school, it's over. It's over. So I had like a plan, an agenda, and I saw all the red flags. And my therapist she told me, she said, Felicia, you see where your agenda got you? It landed you right here in front of me. I said, ooh. I couldn't say nothing. She said, all the things that he supported you and did for you, those things could have been accomplished another way without you. End result being here. She said, I never want you to ignore the red flags. Never. Never ignore red flags, no matter what. No matter what. So that's what I took from therapy. And I learned so much about how my relationships, with my siblings and my parents, how they mirrored my marriages. Different people, but the same interaction. And so as I began to go to therapy, each session I began to just peel away different layers and understand different things about me, what caused me to do the things that I do in relationships, what trigger it, how not to ignore the red flags, and just be able to accept things for what they are and not push things. To know when to walk away. At some point, you gotta know when things are serving you, and no matter what. Now, I have stayed in it, a little bit longer than what I should. But I knew that I needed to at least stay for 10 years. I stopped really liking my ex at year 6. But I knew that I needed to stay to year 10, if you know. I'm not going to go into it. If you know, you know. So, that's what I did. So, navigating through the therapy works. Therapy works. I don't care what nobody say. Stop self-medicating. Stop looking for, these internet psychologists where they're Googling, things to tell you, to motivate you, and, and not, experienced in the field. Go sit down and see a therapist and talk to somebody. It works. 2 years, 2.5 years out. My last year, no more crying. Was able to sit, kiki, have a good time with my therapist. We mapped out, things that, I should look for in relationships, red flags, how to go into a relationship. So now it's like I'm a beast. I instantly, when I talk to somebody, they say something, don't sound right, I cut them off. Samantha called me the block queen. She called, she called me. She she called me the block queen. I cut them off. No, Cass. No, not. I was just a general therapist. No, I just found her, from my plan, and sometimes it's difficult to connect with a good therapist. And also, I'm gonna tell you another thing. If you're not willing, therapists just help you. They listen to you, but they don't take away the problem. They listen to you, they give you a solution, but it's up to you to do the work. It's up to you. Hey, hey, butterfly. It's up to you to do the work. You got to do the work. So I'm gonna tell you now, if you not go to therapy and you ain't willing to do what the therapist tell you to do, then don't go, because you got to put in the work. The therapist is just there to listen to you and give you their unbiased opinion, okay? And that's what my therapist did. She gave me her unbiased opinion. She said, Felicia, this is what I think. This is what I think happened. This is what I think you should do. This happened because of this. This relationship is because of this. This is what you need to do. This is your homework. This is what I want you to do. And I did the work. And I noticed each session I began to feel gratification. Like, oh, okay. Okay. I began to feel better, about myself. I began to feel more confident, about new relationships, about going into new relationships, and about dating. I felt like that I had more tools to navigate through relationships, if that makes sense. My therapist gave me more tools and gave me more insight about things that I knew about me, but just didn't know how to develop them or to bring them out in a positive way. And with therapy, she began to talk to me about different things, especially with my parents, about growing up, and about how my siblings looked at me. My siblings looked at me as being, the child, the favorite. They thought I was the favorite, and I didn't feel like I was the favorite. I didn't feel like, my mom did any more for me than she did for my others, for my brother or my sister. But they felt like that my mom thought, I was, the favorite, or, that she did more, for me. My mom would say, well, I gave you more because, you always seemed like you needed more, or, well, I didn't ask for more, you know so she began, I explained that to her, and she explained, the relationships that I had with my mother, relationships that I had with my siblings, and how those relationships really affected my marriages, how they actually mirrored my marriages, how I navigated through my marriages. So I learned a lot about that. So your DNA and your pathology has a lot to do with your relationships. So we have to, I'm the middle child. Yes. Yes, I am the middle child. Yep. I am the middle child. I'm the middle child. Um, I am the child that, for some reason, my parents thought that I could carry more than my other siblings. I remember when my dad passed. My dad passed back in 2003. And I remember my dad called me. My dad was sick, and he wouldn't go to the doctor. And I was getting ready to close on my house, and I told him, I said, Daddy, I'm on my way, and we're gonna go to the doctor. And he said, okay. He called me Suge. He said, okay, Suge, when you get here, I'm gonna go to the doctor. I said, I'm Daddy. I said, I'm closing, and I'll be there. He said, okay. And he said, I said, but I need for you to go to the doctor if you can sooner. So he went on to talk about his burial, how he wanted me, where he wanted to be buried at. My dad is grew up here in Atlanta, so that's how I ended up here. Dad grew up here. I have family here. So he said, I'm originally from Gary, Indiana. So my dad said, well, it was almost like he knew he was gonna transition, because he began to tell me about his funeral services, how he where he wanted his body to be brought here. He wanted to be buried here, and I'm thinking, why are you telling me? I'm the middle child. What about my brother and my sister? Tell them, why you telling me? I don't want to hear this. Why you telling me? Well, anyway, long story short, um, June, I was planning to go home. I think I was gonna leave like maybe that Wednesday. His birthday was that Friday. He died a day before his birthday. Actually, when he passed away, he fell dead at home, and my mom called me. And actually, when I got there, his birthday card, I went to the mailbox to get the mail from my mom, and his birthday card was in the mailbox that I had sent him. So, needless to say, it was almost like he knew that he was going to pass away. But everything was put on me like I was the only child. And I could never understand why they always held me responsible for so much, for so much. And my siblings kind of, they had a problem with that. And I was like, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I don't know if my parents thought that, hey, Natasha. Yes, butterfly empress. Yeah, the middle child. I don't know if my parents thought I was capable of handling more, doing more, but I ended up being by my mom's side. So I pretty much buried my dad along with my mom. I pretty much buried my dad. I picked out his clothes, and I don't know if you guys have ever experienced burying a parent, but I picked out my dad's clothes. I viewed the body. I went with my mom, to do everything. And my siblings, they just couldn't they just couldn't handle it. So when my mom passed, my sister was able to take care of everything. I told my mom before she got sick, I said, put anything in my name. I don't want to be over any of your insurance policies, because I don't have it in me to bury another parent. I said, I just don't have it in me. I just got over a bad divorce. I'm in perimenopause. I don't know mentally if I have the capacity to bury a parent at this point in my life. She said, okay, I'll put everything in your sister's name, and she can handle everything. So my sister graciously, she did everything from burying my mom, because I just couldn't do that again. I just couldn't bury another parent. It took a toll on me, burying my dad. I remember flying home and going through Hartsville Airport, and from all the way from Concourse A down to F, I was slinging snot and crying, where they literally had to roll me in a wheelchair, because I was just so devastated about marrying my father. I knew that I couldn't do that for my mom. But so the relationships, I said all that to say that, the relationships that I had with my parents and my siblings affected the relationships that I had, in marriages. And I learned all of that in therapy. And another thing that therapy did for me, it helped me to be more emotionally intelligent. Because I was a wreck. I was so bad. The girl was giving me books on how to be emotionally intelligent. And you know, it's a saying that says that our children pick us, you know, in the spiritual realm, our children pick us. And I truly believe that my child picked me to be her mother because she knew that I would need her. I would have to learn a lesson on this side, and she would need to help me navigate through that. So my child would give me books on how to be emotionally intelligent because being in a marriage where you're always in your feelings, in your emotions, and you react to everything because you know you're angry and you're trying to get your spouse to respond. My emotions all over the place. So therapy helped regulate my emotions and it helped me to be more emotionally intelligent. And not that did not only help me in my personal relationships, but it also helped me in corporate America. Okay? So if you find yourself, you know, not being emotionally intelligent, therapy helps that too, y'all. It helps bring in that emotional intelligence that you need to navigate through, you know, through life. And therapy helped me to do that. So therapy was the tool that I used to help me through this third divorce because I was not going through it anymore. I had made up my mind. I had never been to therapy before, and I was the type of person I don't need no therapy. Ain't nothing wrong with me. It was his fault. He the one that did da 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 da. But I know I played a part in it because at the end I got the attitude like, I don't need you no more. I'm good. I don't need you no. I got what I needed. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. So here we are in 2024, and you know I'm dating. I know what not to accept. I know what not to accept and what red flags. When they, I know when to say, this ain't for me. I know when to cut it off. Whether I say, you know what, I don't think we gonna, I don't, you know, I'm not looking for the same thing you looking for. Even at the age of 58, I'm saying, I'm saying, no, Ladies, my Gen X, it's okay to say, I know they say, well, you know, we got more time behind us than we do in front of us. That's you. Okay? Just because, you know, I'm 58, I'm still going to be picky. I heard somebody say, well, you know, when you're a certain age, you just got to like who like you, not me. I'm just not going to accept anything just because I'm 58. Just 58 and been divorced 3 times. Mm-mm. Why? Why? Mm-mm. I'm not. I'm not settling. And I don't think we should at this age. I know dating at this age, I know, you know, you would think, and you know what, honestly, y'all, when I did start to date, I met somebody and we're still friends. You know, we still cool. We still friends. The first person that I started dating, you know, and I was like, I didn't know anything about love bombing. Okay, because remember I had been married for 13 years. So my child had to tell me about all these dirty dating terms and what men do, right? So the first guy that I met, he love bombed me, right? He showed up to a date, and I think I got a video. Is it on this channel? It may be on the Sammy Nicole and Fifi show channel. Talk about, you know, how he showed up to the date, No, so now y'all, I'm divorced. Just to y'all alone. I caused my divorce because I outgrew it and I asked for a divorce, and it was time for me to move on. I asked for a divorce. He said no. Didn't have the money. I came up with the money. I came up with my retainer, and I think my retainer was about 3,000, 4,000. I came up with the retainer, and we got the process rolling. So I'm divorced now. I'm dating, and I'm kind of like, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to get back out here. I just don't want to do it. But I like being going out and being wooed. Y'all was laughing when I was talking about being wooed on the other channel, but I had to be wooed, okay? So in order to do that, I got to get back out there and I got to date, right? So I'm dating this guy, real nice guy. Well, he seemed like it. He seemed a real nice guy. We went on a date. Let me take you out. He shows up, on the first date. He show up with this extravagant gift. Y'all gotta go watch the video to see what he brought me. He fine, And so now, I'm on this date. So I'm trying to remember all the stuff my therapist and instilled in me of dating. No, just relax. It's just a date. Look at the red flags. Don't get too excited. She told me, some of the things that, I was telling her about my ex, how he would do things that were disrespectful, but he would turn around and shower me with gifts. And she said, Felicia, remember that you can do all those things for yourself. She said, never accept something less when you can do for yourself. And so when he showed up with this gift, I was like, I thought two things. I said, okay, first of all, he really don't know me. Second of all, do he think I'm gonna sleep with him because he had brought me this gift? What is it? So instantly I saw a red flag. So the whole date, our first date, went to a nice place. The first day, he just talking. I could do this, I could do that. None of this. I could do that, I could do this. And I'm thinking in my mind, Felicia, you can do all those things for yourself. Now, this is what I got from therapy. I'm using the tools that my therapist told me. Never lead off that, because you can do things yourself. This is not what you want. You want to be, she told me to tell myself every day, I am respected. I am worthy of being respected. And I would write that down. I write it down. I have my journal. I would write that down. That's another thing. Make sure you all journal and write things down. That's what I learned in therapy too. And I would label my days. When I was going through the process of divorce, I would label my days red, green, yellow. Today is a red day. Today is a red day. I'm feeling, I've been crying all day. I'm just not feeling it. I'm feeling wham. I feel disconnected. And I would write those things down. Today is a yellow day. Yellow light, caution. Okay, I need to really be cautious, think about my thoughts. I need to change my thoughts, what I think, so I can navigate through the day. And then, green. Today is a good day. I'm feeling good. I'm not experiencing any emotion. Today is a good day. I'm able to navigate through the day. So I would label my days like that. And I learned that from therapy. She told me, feel what you feel, but don't stay there. I want you to feel all the emotions of grieving for your divorce. I want you to feel all of that, Felicia. If you feel like you want to cry, cry, but don't stay there. And that's what I had a problem with before therapy. I would stay there for like days. And she said, oh, feel what you feel and then move on. Whatever you need to do to move on, feel what you feel and then move on, right? So days like that, I feel what I feel. And then I get up. Then I do things that are comforting. to me. Things that, I like to, I like plants, I like flowers. So I would go buy flowers, and pot some. When I was in marital home, I had like a whole, the whole front yard, during summer and spring, I would plant flowers, and I missed that. I missed that a lot when I left the marital property. So she said, you still can have that, Felicia, but just on a smaller scale. So that brought me joy. So I learned how to incorporate things in my life where I was feeling a certain way, but I would feel it, but then things that would make me happy. And we can only make ourselves happy. Nobody else is responsible for our happy, right? So I learned not to stay there and find my happy, right? So going back to the date, I'm using all, now this is my first date after divorce, and I'm using all my tools that I learned in therapy. Okay, so the first red flag was the gifts. It's like, okay, so he giving me gifts, like, y'all excuse me. He giving me gifts, like I used to get from my ex, so why is he moving off of gifts? Lord, is this a sign? What are you saying? Is this a sign not to deal with this person or what? So anyway, nice person. We go out on a couple of dates. And so I wanted to ask him, what is your agenda towards me? And my therapist said, never do that. Never do that, because it makes you look like that you're expecting something so soon. See where the person is going, and then you decide from there, after, a certain length of time. So, but I always want to know, what are we doing here? What's going on? Because I'm the type of person, I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste my time with someone that don't want the same thing that I want, right? Because I'm a wife. I've been married for over half of my life. I've been married longer than I've been, y'all, to be honest with you all. I've been married longer than I have single. So, when I go out, when I went out on this date, and I'm thinking to myself, this man is 60. Surely he's not just looking to date, go out on dates. He's looking for, a life partner, if not wanting to be married again. But what I learned with dating, y'all, at this age, with men in their late 50s and 60s, they still think they got time to play around. They still think they like Mac daddies, that they can navigate different women, that they can have several, and when they can't handle one. So it was like, oh man. And then I started to go back into that thing, like blaming myself. Well, maybe if I would have did this in my marriage, and if I would have did that, I wouldn't have to be back out here dating. Then something back and said, but Felicia, you were not being respected. You were not being honored, not being valued. And you're worthy of so much more. And I said, you know what, self? You right. You are so right. So I made the right decision. But I struggled with that, y'all. I struggled getting back out here dating and how you guessing yourself, because you were like, man, how did I know it was going to be like this? Dating at Gen X. Yes, Granddaddy Mac. Yes, Cass. Yes. Yes. So I'm thinking like, these men really still, men in their late 50s and 60s, they still playing the same games. They still haven't, I don't know what it is, another thing for me, a man, and this is just me, a man that's in his late 50s, 60s, and he's been divorced for the last 15, 20 years, that's a red flag to me. You 60 and you've been divorced for the last 15, 20 years. You ain't met nobody you can marry or that you want to spend the rest of your life with. What's wrong with you? Men are always saying that when a woman is single, something is wrong with her. But when I see a man, a Gen X man in his late 50s and 60s, and he's single, I'm thinking something wrong with him. I'm thinking something wrong with him. Okay? I always want to say something wrong with us, but I'm thinking something wrong with them. When they that age, yes, a lot of men don't want themselves because they don't feel like they have to. They don't feel like they have to. They feel like we're the problem. Even at this age, Gen X men feel like Gen X women are bitter and broken. Okay? They feel. I must be walking red flag. No, but they think, yeah, but they be like too, Cass. They be divorced, and I be thinking but they think something you've been single, so they think it's something is wrong. But I'm thinking something is wrong with you. Well, I had one to tell me, well, why aren't you married? If you this and you that, and I said, well, why aren't you married? Why aren't you married? Okay? But they think that we are bitter and broken. They think I had one man tell me, "You're bitter. You're bitter. You're bitter." As he proceeded to tell me how he cheated and had babies on his, so y'all know he got blocked. I let him tell me the story. I listened to him for about 2 days, and he kept talking about his ex, and then I blocked him. I blocked him. So therapy helped me. If it didn't help me do nothing else, it helped me see the red flags, and it helped me to block. Okay? My therapist say, Felicia, I want you not to ignore red flags. And I don't want it to go on too far before you ignore it. At the beginning, when you see it and you hear it, leave it alone, because it's not going to serve you any good. And it's going to land you right back here. I say, enough said. So I start blocking. And when and a thing that they do, these older men, they have nerve to ghost you. You go out on a date. Let me tell y'all about this date. I went out on a date, right? Had a good time. Well, he really didn't ghost. Well, he did me a favor. Had a good time. I think I told this story over on the Sammy, Nicole, and Fifi show. Went out, had a good time. Spent the whole day. Well, not the whole day. We went to brunch. We went out to brunch over here in off of Veterans Memorial. We went out to brunch to the little place that served the shrimp and the grits in the cute little martini glass place. Then we ended up going over there, to the Battery. We got ice cream. We walked around, had a good time, talk. He was a little, he wasn't really my style, but I still, I wasn't rude about it. He was the kind that had on the jeans, with the what's them tennis shoes they wear back in the day. He was that kind. He wasn't fly enough for me. He wasn't sporty enough for me. I like my man to be a little bit sporty. He didn't have his Chelsea boots on. You know what I'm saying? He had on some tennis shoes, and I like for my man to be a little bit sporty. But anyway, we did the whole day. He was cool. He said he was he played the piano for the church, some big church here in Atlanta. This, that, and the third. So we ended up walking around the Battery talking. And so we ended up going to sit down, and he said, how do you feel about sharing your minion? said, what? He said, how about now? We talking about a man sick. He was about 62. I said, what? I said, I ain't into sharing my man. I ain't into sharing nothing. He said, you not? He said, well, you know, there's a swinging community in Ackworth, Georgia that I usually go to. I said, well, I'm not into that. That's not my thing. I'm not into swinging. Y'all, we had went out the whole day, had a good time. I was like, okay, he cool. You know, he ain't sporty enough. You know, he got his Skechers on with his Wrangler jeans. You know, but that's all right. I can work with that. I said, ooh, he might be all right. Man, about 6 hours into the day, this joker asked me about swinging. I said, you know what, this day, I told Samantha, I said, cut. Oh, she just tickled. Mama, he said, what? I was so blocked. I said, yes, Cass, yes. Evidently, there's a big swinging community here in Ackworth, Georgia. There's a subdivision, allegedly, where it's nothing but swingers. So he wanted to know, was I into swinging? He was going to introduce me to the swinging world. So here again, I'm second guessing this divorce. Damn, man, if I just would have, maybe we could have went to counseling. If I just could have worked. I'm out here dating again. God. So I'm booking another session with my therapist because I got to talk to her about this. I get the therapy. I say, so-and-so. That's so-and-so. What about me like I swing? Do I look like I may participate? I don't have no problem with people who do that. That's what you do. And that's what you do. You know, I ain't got no problem. Do you? I don't have no problem with people swinging. I don't have no problem with loving who they love, female. Do you? I don't have a problem with it, but it's just not my thing. Okay? So, can you hear me, Cass? Can y'all hear me? So, okay, let me stay. Okay. So, I'm like, wait a minute. I say, what about me looks like I swing? I asked my therapist, she said, Felicia, it's nothing, doesn't have anything to do with you. Why do you think everything has something to do with you? She said, people, remember, the first session we talked about this. I was like, you being a little bit condescending. Watch it. She said, we talked about this, remember? People don't react like you react. I said, okay. I said, but I was kind of appalled that he would think that I wanted to go to a swinging community with him. And the date was going so good. The date was going really good, y'all. The only problem I had with him is he had on his Wrangler jeans, a sweatshirt, and his Skechers. That's the only problem I had with him. He wasn't a bad-looking man. You know, he had his stuff together. So this dating thing will have you, it will have you thinking twice about, well, damn, maybe me, my ex wasn't that damn bad. Then I started to think about how disrespected I was being treated. And so I was like, well, block him, and still have my peace. You know, I can just block him and still have my peace. So yeah, y'all. Then another dating story. I'm gonna tell y'all this last one, then I'm gonna get off here. Another date now. You know, I'm dating, I'm divorced, I'm dating, you know, I'm kicking it, you know, in my little space, you know, feeling this thing, meeting people. Oh, hell no. Nobody want no swingers. Yes. Big swinging community here in the ATL, baby. And Gen X. Gen X. Everything I talk about over here is related to Gen. Yes. Telling you, we had a good time, Natasha. We was chilling, you know. You know, my love language is food. So, you know, he was feeding me. He was buying me that good Jenny's ice cream down there. I was having a good time. Can you imagine? You like, okay, so we could, it was cool too. Because y'all, I'm kind of laid back. You know, I'm kind of laid back, real chill. You know, I'm a Taurus. You know, I don't buck unless you poke me. I'm real chill, real laid back, go with the flow. I like to have a good time, you know, a good laugh. So we was having a good time. And this joke will talk about swinging. He talking swinging. Now this is the piano player at the big church here in Atlanta. A big church. He plays the piano and the organ. Okay? So yes, but Empress, yes, I was saying this dating will have you second guessing yourself. And if I didn't have that layer and that foundation of therapy, I don't know. This really helped me, y'all. It really helped me navigate through the divorce. It really did. And I talk about it on this channel. I have videos about, you know, how I, you know, how I really leveled up off of that was my therapy, was my level up. I think Cass, in one of my videos, you saw, you asked me how I leveled up. Therapy was my level up. Therapy was school and therapy. Going to school is how I leveled up in therapy, and staying in a marriage for 10 years. Those are 3 things that helped me level up through my divorce. Therapy, school, and staying in the marriage for 10 years. That helped me. If you know, the 10-year, if you know, you know. That helped me. Oh, next date I go out on, you know, I'm going out on, you know, I'm dating, y'all. I'm out here dating. You know, I'm dating, you know. I mean, going out on dates, you know, but finding the right person. And to be honest with you all, as women, you know, any woman, we all can get a man, right? I mean, we all out on that, but can we get the one we deserve, and a good quality one? That's my thing. Can we weed through the mess and get the one we want? Okay? Right. Dating is for that. Exactly. So we going out. So I went out on another date, right? So I'm dating, going out on dates, you know, going, you know, meeting people, talking to them, having a good time, but learning that, and I'm going into it like, surely these men are older and they're not going to be with this foolishness. Sure, I'm not finna deal with no player, pimp. They ain't got that all out of their system. Okay? All that, you know, run women and play games. You know, these men are past all of that. Not. And I'm talking to Samantha like, Samantha, can you believe they doing that? They talking about, yeah, mom. Yeah, mom. Yeah, it is. I'm getting ready to go. I don't have my charger over here either. She like, yeah, mom. Yeah, yeah, mom. Yeah, they still play games. They still play games. So I'm like, I'm not going to be able to do this. So we go out. I go out on another, right? Get dressed, go out on a date, meet the guy out. Yeah, all ages. It's sad. Yeah, all ages. So I meet another guy and go out on a date. Seem real cool, nice guy. You know, dating, we talking, you know. He and his kids, he retired. He like to travel, you know. like to, take all the things that I like to do, right? So we get to the date. He said, yeah, he said, my homeboy and his girl around here, and they chilling. I invited them to come out, and chill with us and sit with us, my best friend. I want you to meet my best friend. Sir, this our first date. I don't even you, let alone know your best friend. So I had an attitude the whole day. I'm on a double date on the first date. I'm thinking we gonna sit down and get to know each other better. He's sitting at the table. We sitting at the table with his friend's girlfriend, and they talking. So the whole day we really didn't get to talk. So I'm thinking, like, at your age, nervous, or did you have to get approval from your friend about me? What was that about? And I was like, I didn't like that. So I blocked him. I thought that was weird. I blocked him. So once again, I'm like, I'm like, I don't know. And y'all, to be honest with you, dating and then going through menopause and being irritated, I just don't want to act. Sometimes I just don't want the aggravation. I just don't want to deal with it. I just don't want nobody aggravating me. I'm at the point where I can do what I want to do. I can get up when I want to. I can cook when I want to. If I don't want to cook, I ain't got to cook. I ain't got to answer to nobody. But then again, on the other hand, when I want to go out, to the movies, so I want to go to a play, sometimes I want companionship. So I struggle with that, Sometimes I want to be bothered because I'm freaky. I don't want to be bothered, and sometimes I do. So I don't know if it's the whole age thing. We get older, that in our ways. And then another thing, I like my place a certain way. I like my bed to be made up. I like my pillows to be fluffed up and chopped on my sofa. And I'm thinking if I had a man in my space, I would just be irritated. So, some days I think it's just old age, y'all. I think it's just old age. But y'all, wait a minute. Let me get my charger. Let me find my charger. All right, y'all. Let me see if this helps. All right, this should help. Is it better, y'all? Yes, I enjoy my alone time. That's what I'm saying, Natasha. I enjoy my alone time. Do y'all feel like that? Do y'all feel like, when you want to go out, go out to the movies or go out, to dinner? Like, for instance, my chapter, the National NBA Association, the chapter in Atlanta is one of the biggest chapters, right? Every year they have this huge Christmas party. I'm talking about, it's like the big thing here in Atlanta, right? And I usually go every year. And I remember, I don't know if I told this about when I went the first year, I went by myself, and that was the first time that I had ever went to a big function without my ex. Well, they have it every year, and it's like, I want a date to go to this Christmas party with, So when things like that come up, I want companionship. And sometimes I don't. When I'm in my space, I want things a certain way. I don't want my place to be all messed up. I don't want, nobody clothes to be in the floor. I don't want nobody dishes in my sink. Just little things like that. But I want the companionship. So it's like, do I just hire me an escort? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I mean, I have no problem with, doing things by myself. But it's just certain times that, hey, hey, it's just certain times that I want that companionship. Like when I want to go out to functions, like, when I want to go to the Christmas parties. Atlanta have two big Christmas parties. They have the National NBA Christmas party, and then this law firm gives this gigantic Christmas party here too. And sometimes, I want to go out, with a date and chill with a date. And then other times, I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to be bothered. And so Samantha was like, Mom, the universe doesn't, you have to be clear with what you want. So that's my struggle, y'all. That's my struggle. That's my story with being divorced, menopause, trying to date, having, do I want a husband or do I just want a life partner? Which one would benefit me? A husband would benefit me more legally than a life partner. But now you hear people talking about, that's my partner. And I was asking Samantha, is that a new thing? Because I had never heard that. That's my partner. That's my partner. So does that mean they're not going to get married or... Okay, thanks, Cass. They're not going to get married or they're just going to spend the rest of their life together. I don't know. I don't know what I want, y'all. I'm just gonna have to pray about it. But I do know that I want a date to go to the Christmas party with. I do, and I could get a date, but I just want to go to after the party. I don't want to be bothered. Is that wrong? I mean, I don't want to be bothered. I tell you. Menopause, it just had you all discombobulated, y'all. It just had you all discombobulated. It's like it's a lot. It's a lot, y'all. Dating at this age is a lot. And I want to talk about this. What I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about the Golden Bachelorette. I don't know. We talked about it on the other channel. It's on ABC. No, that's not wrong. I feel exactly the same way here. I thought so. I know. I'm like, what's wrong with me? Make your mind up. And Samantha like, Mom, you don't know what you want. Some days I do it, some days I don't. I know I want a date to go to the Christmas party. And I know sometimes we want to go listen to jazz and I want to date, but then, I just want to kick it. Like the young people say, I just kick it. I really don't, I don't know. And then, I get to the point like, I used to say, one thing I missed about not having my ex is pumping gas. I never had to pump gas and never had to wash my truck. So then I was second guessing myself. Man, I'm out here pumping gas. I'm out here going to get my truck. I ain't had to do all of this. Yo. So now when I'm dating, that's the first thing I ask. Do you mind pumping my gas? And I like to have my truck washed. every 2 weeks. That's a prerequisite. No, the Nesto. No, I don't want a Nesto. And that's why I took my butt to therapy. That's why I took my butt to therapy. Because I was about to run up on the Nesta. Before I went to therapy, I was this close. That's how bad it was. He didn't care. He didn't care. I know. I know. But you know what? That's probably how Shirley felt, y'all. That's probably how Shirley felt. That's how she felt. And that's why I had to go to therapy so I could see them red flags and get the hell on. No matter how bad I want all these things or I had all those things, I still was not what I needed and I was not respected. And that's what I want to tell my young people. Y'all, respect is everything. Respect is everything. I know, when you're young, the cars and the clothes and the money, you want all that. You have people in relationships that have all that. And then, in the middle of the night, somebody, upside their head and, but you just got more for yourself and see the red flags. You gotta want more for yourself and see the red flags. And bad as I want my gas and my truck washed, I'm not ignore the red flags. If it's not what I need in a relationship. And so you gotta watch all that. You really do. You gotta watch all that. But out here dating, y'all, and I'm not, you know what? I'm not one of them women to say, it ain't no good men out here. It is. I truly believe that there are good men out here. So I'm not one of those women. I hear women, it's rough. And then I hear a lot of people saying, I feel sorry for the women in Atlanta because it's a lot of down low men. Down low men are everywhere. They're everywhere. They're not just in Atlanta. They're not just in Atlanta. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. And you just gotta know what to look for and the red flags, and you gotta ask questions. And even so, you can do all that and still be in a situation. But as a woman, we have gut feeling and that thing down in us that tells us that something is not right. Okay? Before we see the red flags, you be like, ain't right. That's just that gift God has given us. Okay? There are some good men. Yes. So y'all, even at our Gen X age, there are still, if you want love and you desire to be in a relationship, and not all women, and that's fine. But if you want that, girl, I'd rather pump my own gas. I know, right? Me too. I went to pump it today. I pumped mine today. Thank God I don't have to pump it too often because I work from home. But I had to pump it. I had to, I'm old school. I believe in keeping a full tank of gas because you never know when you might need to get gone. But that's one thing my mom and daddy taught me. Make sure you keep gas on. But, I believe there are good men out here. Okay, there are. And I just think you just, like with everything else, you just gotta weed through it. It may take you a little, while, and I know that we older and we feel like, time ran out, but time is of an essence. And age is just a number. And that's the way I look at it. Age is just a number. Okay? And and live life, live it to the fullest, day by day. Enjoy yourself. And if you had a desire, to have companionship, and don't let anybody deter you from that. And being around people, it's hard. I don't know. I was listening to a lady on YouTube. She's 50 plus, and she said she went out on a date, and the date didn't go the way she wanted it to go. And so she's feeling a little, like, things are looking pretty low for her. But you just move on to the next one. Men move on. You don't hear them out here talking about, they move right on. They move right on. And that's what we gotta do. Move right on. And like our good friend Z said, find something to do to occupy your time. So, and that's what I do. I read, I take walks. I like to cook. I like to bookstore. I can stay at the bookstore for hours, y'all. That is my thing. The bookstore. I just walk around the bookstore and I read, I sit, I get coffee, and I enjoy myself. I love to read. I love to go to the library. I love to go to different like festivals and art shows. So just find things you like to do. Find your happy. Like I tell my child, you gotta find your happy. You gotta find that in. Find your happy and what makes you happy while you're in this single season. And that's all you can do. This is just a season. This is just the season that I'm in. And God is preparing whoever he has for me. He's preparing him. And he's preparing me. So, so I'm just dating. I'm dating. I ain't pressure nobody. Ooh, we gonna get married. I'm dating, If I don't feel like being bothered, I don't answer my phone. I look down at it and I don't answer. I'll call him back. Being a wife, I was in the mindset every time my phone rang, because when my ex called, I would answer, and when I tell you my child gave me some gangster day moves, she's like, when they call, you don't answer. Text them right back. Don't do this, don't do that. Baby, I got that down pat. Okay? I got it down pat. And that's what I do. And when they don't move like I want them to move, I don't respond. I ignore and I don't respond, okay? It's every time I pump my gas, here comes a ninja asking me, do you want me to pump your gas for you? Exactly. Somebody, do you want me to pump your gas after you ain't paid for it? Welcome to the days of chivalry, y'all. Remember that? Remember back in the day when we had that? Is it gone? What happened? One lady said she went out on a date and she met the guy on a date and he had already ordered his food. He asked her, you gonna order something? He didn't say, baby, you want me to order you something? He said, you gonna order something? What happened to those days where men were courting you and dating you? What happened to those days? I mean, even the older men, some of them. I just thought it was natural for you to let the lady walk on the inside, you walk on the outside of the street. Now, I went out on a date with a guy, and that was, my ex, he would be on the outside, I would be on the inside, and it was just certain things that, that I was just used to, like terrible, disrespectful. But have you ever met a man that was so disrespectful, he tried to make up by doing extra things, try to make you forget all the disrespect? That's the type of ex I had. That's, and what, I said that to say, what happened to the days where men were just would cater to you, and and date you, and pull out your chair and open the door, and and order your food. And what happened to those days? You got men now that's like, you go out on a date, they order their food and they be like, what you gonna get? What you want? I'm like, what? And I'm not into trying to teach a man how to treat me. I don't have patience for that. I'm not into trying to mold a man how to treat me at this age. I'm just not. No. There are gonna be some things that you're gonna have to deal with. You have to pick your battles. Whatever, deal breakers. Some things are deal breakers for some women and some things aren't. And you have to make that choice. What's a deal breaker and what's not. So yeah, y'all, this dating thing, that's what I'm dealing with. Dating, menopause, and grieving, and trying to navigate through life. And I just want on this platform, I don't know. I think all of us may be Gen X. We may have some millennials that come over here. But just to share our experiences. All have, experienced things in life. Misha, I'm ruined it. Yes. Yes, I blame women. Yes, for accepting. Yes, and they make it so hard for us, Natasha. They do. They really do. If we would stick together and say, I'm not putting up with that crap, then they wouldn't do it. My aunt told me years ago, a man will only do to you what you allow him to do. And they didn't do it. So if we would stick together, but that's not gonna happen. But I want this channel to be a Gen X experience, the Gen X effect, where young women can learn. We have so much to share, and like I said, growing up as a Gen X, my mom and my aunts, they didn't share their experience with me. It's just certain things they didn't talk about, okay? And you bet not ask. You bet not ask. It was just certain things they did not share and did not talk about. So, I said, no, let me develop a platform where young women can come and hear their experiences, and we could share and we could talk about it, and so they won't have to go through it. Like I told my daughter, like I said earlier, you have enough examples around you of what not to do. What not to do. Because you've seen it from me, you've seen it from your daddy, you've seen it from your auntie, you've seen it from your grand. You have enough experiences of what not to do. Okay? So I just want this platform to be where we can just come and we can just talk and share our experiences. I don't know if you all are married or dating, but let me know how's dating going for you all, and if you have the desire of dating, or if you just content with where you are, or if you just content. I have a friend, she say, I'm good. She said, Felicia, I can travel when I want to, I can buy any damn thing I want to, I get a new car every 2 years, I pay my own bills, I do whatever I want to do, I'm good. She said she good, and I respect that. She said, I respect that. She said, that's part of the problem, though. Those generations that wouldn't talk. Yes, Cass. They talk about stuff like, they talk about, you better not ask about them dating and what they did when they was young. That ain't none of your business. You don't need to know that. They would chop your head off. I wouldn't dare ask my mama nothing about her business and what she did. I wouldn't dare. No. I'm not dead. Okay, she said I'm not dealing with an old man who acts, yes, then I become the mother. I do not deal. Yes, with the drama, yes. Yes, I'm with your friend too much in that. Yeah, she said she good. She said I do what I want to do. She said Felicia, I'm good. My kids grown. You know, she said I'm good. You know, and she does. She travels. She's always somewhere. She does solo trips. You know, she does her. She says she's good. Whereas I just want somebody. I just want a date for the Christmas party. For the, it's Christmas time. I just want a date for the Christmas party. You know. But do I want to do it? What's gonna come with it? You know, men think if they take you out, they spend some money on you, they think something gotta come along with it. They think they gotta be all up on you. And you know, with hot flashes, I don't really want nobody up under me. I just don't want it, y'all. I just gotta really get my mind right, you know? Sometimes you just really gotta get your mind right. Our parents would say, yes, stand in just place. Yes. Yes. They would tell, ain't none of your business. Stay in a child's place. I remember my mama saying that. This grown folk talk. Don't be looking us in our mouth while we talk. So we just didn't have those conversations, Even, like I said about menopause, I'm sure they experience more than hot flashes. I remember my cousin telling me, she said women have had mental breakdowns due to menopause. So I wish my mom would have talked. All I heard was, I'm going through the change. I'm having hot flashes. That's what she would use. I'm going through the change. And she said, my mom said she really didn't have hot flashes, but she had other symptoms. And I know that for sure. I know that for sure. If probably didn't have hot flashes, but she had some other symptoms. For sure. And so we just gotta talk about it. Perimenopause. A lot of women don't know that perimenopause starts in your 40s. I learned that mine started when I was 45. You have perimenopause. So we need to talk about all those things. You all join the Facebook group over there. Cass has put the link in the chat for me. Thank you, Cass. And I share over there. I post a couple of things that I'm using that's been working. Samantha just bought me a tea, and it seems to be working, y'all. It has enough flowers and lilies and lavender, but it seems to be working. It seems to be balancing me out a little bit. She bought me a tea and a natural spray, and it seems to be helping. And I'll post some more stuff that I'm using as well. I don't know if you all in Perry or if you all at that age or not, but that's where I'm at in life. And I'm just gonna navigate through it, and do the best I can. But I'm still gonna enjoy life. Just because I'm 58, life doesn't stop. I'm still gonna enjoy life. And people think that once you get a certain age, that you shouldn't do certain things. I know my cousin is 60, and her children told her, "Mom, we don't want you to wear shorts no more." And my cousin is fine. She got beautiful big legs. Why should she stop wearing shorts because she's 60? Why? Y'all live your life. Age is just a number. It's just a number. And we as black women, we look good. We look good. I work with some women that are well in their 60s and look every bit of in their 50s. We look good. Yes, I don't want to be bothered with all that rough. Yes. Yes. It's too complicated. That's what I'm talking. All that touching. All that touching. Yeah. Yes, yes. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. It's how you feel. Yes, how you feel. It's how you feel. And it's your mindset too. It's your mindset. It's how you feel and your mindset. Get out and have a good time. And I think y'all, you know what, what's really has helped me the most is walks. I love walking. I love just getting out, looking at the trees and in the air and just thinking and processing things. Get out and take a walk. Get out and walk and spend time outside and ground. I don't know if you all are into grounding, but I ground. I take my shoes off and I get in, contact with nature, and I put my feet in the grass and I ground. We as women are connected with the earth. And it centers us and it recharges us. And I do that a lot. That has really been helping me. So get out and connect with nature and feel good about yourself. Get up, get dressed, get yourself together, put on some lip gloss. Think you the best thing since sliced bread. It makes you feel good. And you literally have to get up every day and say, I love me some me. I feel good about me. Do it. Nobody's going to love you and treat you like you. And find your happy, whatever that is. You are responsible for that. You're happy. And I'm telling you these things because this is what I had to learn. This is what I had to incorporate in my life to get my mind right. We as women, we deal with so much. We're mothers, we're sisters, we work, but we cannot pour from an empty cup. If we are continuously pouring, and nobody is pouring into us, it takes a toll. We have to take care of ourselves. Okay? See, I live in a very walk-friendly, yeah. Ooh, that's good. 8 miles round trip. Oh, that's good. Oh, wow. That's really good, Cass. Yeah, get out and walk and connect. It just makes you feel better when you get out and sit outside and let the sun, beam in on you. They say that, African American people are lacking vitamin D. That's because we don't go outside. We don't go outside enough. Just go. The sun recharges you. Just go outside and let the sun hit you. Yes, walking. Yes, I love to dance and not, yes, and not letting my feet touch the ground. Go out and recharge. Go out and just recharge yourself. Just stand in the grass for a minute and let the sun hit the top of you. I promise you're gonna feel different. It's charging. It's refreshing. It really is. It is. And enjoy doing the things that you like to do. Whatever that is that you like to do, do it. And take time for you. Take time for you. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Sit on the porch. Yes. Journal. When I tell you, journal and writing down thoughts, manifesting. I can't tell you how many things I manifested. Writing them down, saying them. Hey, glorious love. Hey. Just manifesting, writing down things you love to do, your plans, where you see yourself at. Just speaking into yourself, telling yourself how great you are. Just doing things to make you happy. At this point in our lives, we really need, for me, I really needed to get in touch with me more. What make, in the morning, the first thing I do is I'm grateful. Thank you, Lord. That's the first thing. And what today can I do better than what I did yesterday? And at night, what did I learn today? What did I learn about me today? What did I learn about me? And not letting people take me out of my happy place. You know, because with menopause, you be hot, be agitated, and it just causes all these emotions. So you really have to stay tuned in your with your feelings. Yes, gratitude. Yes, gratitude takes you a long way. Yes, yes. So y'all just get in touch with yourself and feel better about yourself. Do things that make you happy. And I think walking has been my number one thing. In between on my breaks, I'm like, I'm out of here. I'm going walking. I answer that email when I get back. I'm going walking. You know, I come back and I feel better. I feel better, about myself. It clears my head out, And also another thing, preparing my meals, you know, making a salad, cutting up some veggies, steaming some veggies, making sure I'm eating healthy during this stage of my life, because it's so important, y'all. It is so important to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves, because with menopause, different foods trigger, the sugar. Like I said, the sugar will bring on a hot flash in a minute for me. I don't know if anybody else experiences that, but it will bring on one for me. So that has been another thing that has really brought me joy, cooking my meals, because I was a person that would run out and get something, you know. But cooking my meals have really been gratifying to me. I enjoy doing that, sitting down having a meal. Yes, coffee. Caffeine. I was talking about that earlier. Yes, caffeine. I had to cut out caffeine. Yes, yes, yes. Caffeine, sugar, alcohol. I love me a glass of red wine, y'all. But I had, and a lemon drop. Oh my goodness. I have stuff, where I used to fix my lemon drops. Now, I just have it if somebody comes over, I can fix a cocktail or something. Yeah. Yes, menopause and hot flashes. Yes. Glorious Love. I have a Facebook group. It's private. The link is in the chat if you want to join, where we just share our experiences. It's just a safe place to say, hey, I'm experiencing this. Is anybody else experiencing it? Because for me, the only thing I was hot flashes. That's I don't know about you ladies, but I didn't hear about the brain fog, the digestive issues, the panic attacks, the vertigo, the anxiety, the itchy skin, the shoulder freeze, the aches. I didn't hear about all of that. I didn't hear about all of that. I just heard that you go through the change hot flashes. Yes, I put that in the chat. Yes. And then there's another, not in the chat, but it's on my page. It's on the Facebook group page, Natasha. Yes, I love coffee too. Nespresso. I have an espresso machine that I got for Christmas. I had to stop drinking it. I had to stop. If I can do Folgers instant 2 days a week, I'm doing good. Yep, it's the coffee. Yes, Tasha, I included that. I use that, and then there's another one I use, and then there's a tea that Samantha has bought me. But all of that's on the Facebook page too, and so you just made it a safe place, because sometimes as women we need to have that space where it's just for us, where we can go and say, hey, are you experiencing this? And I think that we don't have the conversation enough, because we feel like, oh, I don't want to talk to her about that, and she don't know, and she may think this and she may think that. No, we're all going through it. And it's life. It's life. And we just have to navigate. We can't stop living, right? We just have to navigate through it. And one of the ways to navigate through it is to share our experiences. It's to share. And over there we can share. It's like, girl, I got Yeah, yeah, yeah. The sugar. I mean, I didn't do a lot of sugar in my coffee. I did the creamer. I would do the creamer, but not too much sugar. But it was mainly the coffee. It was mainly the coffee. I'm telling you, I would drink coffee and instantly I would go. Here, the hot flash would be like. It was awful. It was awful. So now I try to do. I do tea in the morning. I do my tea in the morning, but I still crave for the coffee. I still crave for it. And when I do, I use the instant because the instant, I can kind of, put a little bit more water in it and dilute it a little bit, and it's not so bad. Just to kill that craving of that coffee. But yeah, the coffee, the sugar, and alcohol triggers hot flashes, y'all. It does. So that seems to be the norm for everybody, but it's definitely for me. But yeah, and some of the natural things work for some women and some of them don't. And some want to do I think the hormone replacement, and I opt not to do it for my own personal reasons. But whatever works for you, whatever helps you, do it, because we're all different. Our bodies are different. We respond to different things differently. But my cousin, she said she'll be 70 in December, and she says she still has hot flashes. She still has them, and she's using the two things that I sent her, and she says it seems to be helping her. So yeah, y'all. Okay. The Steve, yeah, I've used that too. But I appreciate you all coming on. I appreciate you all helping me get my channel where I can go live. And this will just be our little place where we come on and we talk and we have a Gen X effect. We just share our different experiences. I think most of us grew up the same era, with the same music and same experiences. And I just think that's fun. I am so glad that I found my tribe, y'all. I'm so glad that I found a group of women that I connect with and that I could talk to and that I can learn from. You all are some wise women. I appreciate you all supporting me and Samantha over there on our channel, but over here you won't see her. You will not see her. She don't even like she don't fool around over here. And she's out doing her own thing. And I don't know how many of you all have grown children, but I had a problem in here lately just letting my Samantha be 32 in December. But I think I experienced separation anxiety. Now my child has been gone away. She went off to college, and she's been away from me before. But I still have, where I miss her when she's, I miss her. Do you all experience that too with your grown children? It's like my child will be 32, It's like, man. And she decides to move out of state, for whatever reason, for a job or whatever. I don't know. My sister was like, "What you gonna do? What you gonna?" I don't know. It's like, oh my goodness. So that is what I'm navigating, through life with, because she travels all the time. She's not around all the time. When you all see us on live, she's just getting back or she's getting ready to leave. So that too, being able to, navigate being by myself, going through menopause, grieving for my mother, and then knowing my child is out here in the world. And sometimes I think, have I everything she needs to know, and she has that foundation. But I still, she's 32, but I still worry about myself. And you know, all I can do is just pray, you know, and you know, just gotta let it go. You say, yes, I do, miss. Yeah, yeah, I do. I do it. She like, my bad. Y'all know smell like bye. she she do not care, honey. She ain't nothing like me. She be like, my bad. I got things to do. I'm going out. So, but I appreciate you all, and thanks so much for coming over here and just chit chatting with me. I've been on here an hour, almost 2 hours. I appreciate you all. And Samantha, I'll be back, I guess, one day next week. I don't know. So we should go live over there on our channel. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Cass. I would hope so. Out of all the things that I've accomplished in life, I tell people my greatest asset is being a mother. I don't care nothing about them degrees. I don't care nothing about them certificates. Nothing about none of that. My greatest asset is being a mother. At the end of the day, that's where I invested all my time, all my energy is in my child, because I always wanted her to do better than me, right? I am the first in my family to graduate from college out of my siblings. My sister now is in nursing school, and my mom's last wish was for my. She said my sister. She wanted my sister to finish nursing school. So with God's will, God's help, my sister will finish nursing school. But I always wanted my child to do better than me. And so I had to invest in that. You know, I tell people that your kids need you, and you have to invest in them so they can have a great opportunity to succeed in life. So thanks, Cass. I appreciate that. Yes, ma'am. 30. Okay. Yes. Yeah. I miss her. I miss her when she's not. I miss her. You know. But I know that she's grown and she has to do her thing, and it is what it is. You know, she gotta live her life. I live my life, and so from when thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Yep. So I appreciate you all. So I'm gonna go and finish doing some stuff around here. Open some mail up. I got who wait till Saturday to pick up all their mail from the week? Me. So I got a stack of mail I need to go through. But I appreciate you all coming over here, and y'all come back and chit chat. I don't know how often I'll do live over here, but y'all know I do my videos. Y'all know I do all my videos. So I think my next video, y'all, I've been boot shopping. So I'm going to show y'all some of my little boots. I've been finding me some real cute boots down at the Ross. I found me some real cute boots down at the Ross. Ross got some cute boots, y'all. I don't know where y'all at, where y'all Ross at, but got some cute boots. So I'm going to do some more videos. And maybe how often y'all want to do some chats? Maybe my next date, I got a date coming up. So I'll come back and tell y'all if he made the cut or if he got blocked or not. Say something stupid. Usually if I can, if they don't say nothing stupid within 20 minutes of the date, they usually make it. Except the swinger. The swinger went all the way through the whole date, and then at the end of the day, he asked, was I interested in swinging? So I don't know, y'all. I don't know. This date thing at 58, I don't know, y'all. But I'll be back, y'all. Thanks, Cass. Thank you for moderating. Yes, let us know. I'm going to let you know how the date went. I'm going to let y'all know. I'm going to let you know if it's a go or a no-go. But we'll be back on the Sammy Nicole and Fifi channel. Look like Nesto. Go down bad, y'all. He down bad. Did y'all watch the video Pam did? He down bad. He down bad. Does the Ross have you? I know, right? Nesto down bad. Y'all watch the video Pam did on Nesto? Wu ain't hearing all that foolishness Nesto got going on. So we're gonna be back to talk about that and whatever else Samantha got on her agenda to talk about. Y'all know that channel was based on, she said, Ma, you want to start a channel? I said, yeah. So That's her thing. So we made it where, you know, that's her baby, and you know, whatever she say, Mom, you want to talk about this, you want to talk about that. Yeah, and she seems to like it, you know, and it's a creative outlet for us. We never thought that platform would grow. You know, we was just getting on talking, and we have created a community, and we appreciate it. Yeah, you listen to it. Yeah. That's so down bad. He down bad. He down bad. Pimp down bad, y'all. But that's what he is. But anyway, I'll see y'all next week on the other channel. Appreciate you all. Thank y'all for coming over here. And go follow the Facebook page. I'm gonna post some more stuff. I'm getting ready to post over there. And you all let me know what symptoms you all have. And I'll see you all later. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for listening to my little chit chat and my rant on how I caused my divorce. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.